What's up, everybody? It's your favorite electrician, Doug, here. Welcome back to the show. As always, we're happy to have you here. Happy you're tagging along, listening, and participating in these conversations. If you'd like to respond to anything we're putting out there, you can. Our website is www.modernelectricianpod.com. We've got a lot of ways that you can reach out to us there and just kind of reach out. Say, hey, here's who I am. Here's what I'm doing. Here are my thoughts on this sort of thing. Or here's a conversation I'd like to have. Here's someone I'd like to see interview. That sort of thing. We're open to suggestion. Love that idea. Other than that, we're hoping that you guys are, benefiting from the conversations we're having with people. I feel like we're growing quite a bit as a company, as individual electricians, as people, just through these conversations. So hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully we're bringing that to y'all. This week is no different, man. We got a great conversation for you guys. This week, Josh and I sit down with a guy named Billy Drowne. He is a licensed electrician up in Massachusetts, and Billy and I have been colleagues and buddies on Instagram for, a few years now. I think we both kind of stood out to each other when we first were kind of getting started, and Billy's a skateboarder. I just kind of like his style, laid-back guy, real friendly, and we've just kind of kept in touch with each other over the years and kind of just continued to encourage each other as we all do in our community. And so I was happy to sit down and kind of get to know him a little bit better during this conversation. I think you guys are going to really like him. Billy's one of those guys that, have you ever met a person who you're like, that guy's got it figured out, You just feel that way. I mean, let's be honest, nobody's got it figured out, right? But sometimes you feel like you meet somebody and they just have this like air of happiness about them. And Billy strikes me as one of those guys. And, I could speculate as to why, but he seems to me to be the kind of guy who just is simplistic in his approach. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I think that's beautiful. Like there's something about, I was talking about shooting jump shots last week. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with electrical work. It's this step-by-step process that gives you a clear vision of what your focus of the day is. That's something the trades offer us all. And I think there's something that's healthy about that for all of us. Like we have this drive, this movement forward, this purpose, ultimately. But Billy seems to embody that. And you can see it in his skateboarding, too. He just has this, patience about him in his process, at least from what I can see. Billy, I don't know if you're patient or not. You might throw tools across the room on a daily basis. I doubt it. But to me, he comes across as this guy who just he's in the process of getting better at what he's doing, and he's okay with he's where he wants to be in the process. There's no end result. It's all part of the journey. And I love that idea because ultimately that's the truth. There is no end result, guys. I don't know if you know that or not. I know a lot of you guys out there thinking you're going to get to some sort of destination. It ain't going to happen. You're going to find yourself 65 years old feeling the exact same way you feel today. Hopefully you've made some money by then, but it's all just a process. It's all just a journey. There's no destination. And I kind of came away with the conversation with Billy feeling that way, and it made me feel optimistic. It kind of gave me a reassurance of where happiness comes from, in my opinion. And this is, and I'll say this, just my opinion. But to me, I want to be happy. I don't always have to be happy. Things don't always have to work out, and I'm ultimately not always happy. But my goal is simplicity and happiness. And it doesn't, I think you have to learn how to define those things for yourself. What is happiness to you? Think if you're the kind of person, and we talk about this a little bit in the conversation with Billy, but, as he thinks and considers, am I going to start my own business? What's that going to look like for me? You've got to really look at what do I want for myself in my life? It's not the same for everybody. And I think a lot of us get stuck in those patterns of chasing other people's dreams. If I have I'm going to start a company. So I have to take out a huge loan, get a bunch of trucks on the road and do it that way. But you don't have to. What are you trying to do? Maybe success to you isn't millions of dollars in the bank. Maybe success to you is taking Wednesday to go fishing. I'm serious. Like, that's how I feel about it. I prefer freedom and flexibility. I prefer liberty over just about everything. Like, I could be fine making less money, but having more freedom. I absolutely love freedom, but that's just me. You know, maybe money's your thing. That's great. There's plenty of avenues for that. You know, the trades offer us all that stuff. I just happen to connect on Billy, and I think Josh and I both connected with him on that level of like simplicity equals happiness. You know, chop water, carry water. However the saying goes, you guys know what I'm saying. Chop water, carry water. Simplicity. Break it down to the fundamentals. It's all about fundamentals, right? And if you can stick to your fundamentals, the outcome will take care of itself, kind of. You know, whatever it is that you're chasing, just stay consistent with it and make sure that you're taking care of yourself in the process, right? Like, don't get so swept up in a dream that you're chasing that you lose sight of your ultimate happiness. You know, what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? You know, you got to think about that stuff. It's really easy to get caught keeping up with the Joneses and thinking that success lies within some parameter that they've set for you. And I just don't think it's true. You've got to define success and happiness for yourself. And I think Billy Drowne is well on his way. And so it's been cool to see him grow, and it'll be cool to watch him grow continuously. If you guys don't follow him online, go check him out. Drowne, DROWNE_electric on Instagram. He's a cool dude, I'm telling you. All right, y'all, without further ado, please enjoy today's conversation with Billy Drowne.